So this is the last video in this Virtualmin tutorial, and in this last video let's just see how you can install PHPMyadmin. It just came up as a result of installing WordPress in the last video. I will choose my website here, just here under Virtualmin. I will choose panel 1, that is the main website for my Virtualmin, and I want to install Virtualmin on that. I want to install PHPMyadmin on that, so I'll just come here under install scripts. I want to install PHPMyadmin. Show installation options. Okay, so you can see that it's telling me that it cannot be installed because this website does not have a database. So I'm going to go into edit virtual server. Make sure you have it selected there, edit virtual server, and you can see MySQL is not enabled for this, so I'm going to enable MySQL, and then I'm going to save. MySQL has been created for that, and that's what we wanted. Now the next step is for me to go into that website again. Okay, it's already selected, so I'm just going to go into install scripts again, and I'm going to try and install PHPMyadmin. There we go, and I will show install options, and this time around it should be able to work without any warnings. So you can choose all the options that you want to choose, automatically log into MySQL. Of course not, you want to be able to enter a password, but if you don't mind, you can always automatically log into MySQL using PHPMyadmin. That's something you don't want to do, but if you don't care, then choose no, choose yes. Database to manage all databases, indeed, and install. You can install it at the top level, or you can install it in a folder. Okay, so for me, I'm going to install it in a folder, and I'm just going to call this folder Z. So instead of going to /PHPMyadmin, I'll just go into /Z, and that's going to take me to PHPMyadmin. And then I will install now. All right, there we go. Now let's see if I go to, I don't know if I can access it from here. Let's try javascriptbear.com, copy. And remember, I installed it under Z. And you can see if I go to that /Z, I'm able to access it. Let's see for the other websites that I created, if I can also access it. javascriptbear.com/Z. Go. Okay, I can't access it from there. I have to access it from this end. Add in the username and the password. And where do you get the username and the password? I showed you that in the last video. You just come in here under edit databases for the website that you want to work with. If you want to see the database users for that, you can click there and select the correct website, click on edit databases, and you can see the usernames. You can change a username, you can change the passwords as well. Okay, and you can use that to log in to MySQL, to log into PHPMyadmin, okay. That's pretty much it for this video, and at some point you're probably going to get an error whereby you cannot import a database because of some limit. Now if that happens, let me give you the fix for that. Let me just do an example to show you what I mean. Let's say that I try to log into, so the username is that. You can change the username and save, just change it and save, and the username will be saved. So that's the username, and then the database password, you can just click there under passwords, and you can copy the password. This is for the wrong one. We want the one for this website. Make sure you know which website you're working with. So I'm going to copy that, and then I want to log into PHPMyadmin to administer my database. And you can see here, do I have a database inside there? Okay, I do have one database. It doesn't have any tables. Let's say that I try to import a database here. So let me click on import, and there's an error that usually happens. So let's say that I try to import a database. Let me select this database. I hope it's big enough. It's big enough to give me that problem. Okay, so if you get this error for 13, this is just an Nginx thing. Okay, you can fix it quite easily. Let me just show you how you can do that. Now the default packet size in Nginx is 1 MB. Okay, so if you try to upload something that is more than 1 MB, you're going to get that 413 error. So we can just copy this, and for me, I've put it at 50, but you can do, let's just do something like 20 MB. So if your database is larger, make sure you increase this. So I'm going to copy that client max body size 20, and then let's go back to Nginx. And I will just come here under server configurations, servers, and I will go into Nginx web server, and I will go into edit configuration files, and I want to import it for, which was that. I want to import it for that. So what I can do is, you can see it's not even listed here. It's not even here, but I can just add it after this. Before the location, you can just add the client max body size tab, and then you can save and close, and then apply the Nginx configuration by restarting Nginx. And now if we come back here, let's wait for Nginx to restart. And I can try to do this again. Let us try to import the database one more time, right there. And now the database has been successfully imported. So if I come here, you'll see that it has all the tables that we had. So the database has been successfully imported, and that's what we needed to do. So if you need to import a database into your website, maybe you're moving a new website, you can now do it. Okay, just make sure that you increase the packet size as I've shown you in that configuration file. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this video, for this tutorial as well. You've seen how you can set up Nginx, how you can set up Virtualmin and use it to host other websites, to host your websites. So I've shown you an example with WordPress, but you can use any script that you want to use, any PHP script that you want to host with Nginx. You can do that. Just make sure that you find the Nginx configuration files for that platform so that you don't get any errors. Like for WordPress, you saw how to remove the 404 errors if you want to work with the WordPress pretty permalinks. So every platform has them. Okay, Nginx, you'll always find a solution for them. Like if you're using Magento, you'll find some Nginx configuration that you can just add on your Nginx configuration file, and then your Magento will work well, whether it's Joomla, whichever platform you're using. Don't be worried, there are always solutions online. So if you don't like to use Apache, especially on a low VPS, I'm telling you, if you're using Apache on a server with less than 4 GB of RAM, then I don't know what you're thinking. You should definitely just switch to Nginx, because Nginx is much more performance oriented. It will serve multiple people using the same resources. Okay, so that's just one of the reasons why I love to use Nginx, because it is resource friendly. You don't need to use a huge VPS or a huge dedicated server. If you're running Nginx, you can use Nginx with small resources, 1 GB RAM, 2 GB RAM. It's going to work out fine. Your website, even if it serves thousands of people, you will not get timeout errors like you would get with Apache. With Apache, you'll get lots of 500 server errors. So do yourself a favor and just learn more about Nginx and get into the Nginx world, because it is a much more resource-friendly web server. I know Apache is easier to use because of HT access, but yeah, you can do the same things with Nginx configuration files. So just get into that mindset. All right, so that's pretty much it for this tutorial. If you do have any questions, feel free to let me know.